I now want to shift to Sam Darnold, another quarterback that was a New York Jet this past season, but now he's taking his talents to the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold, during his 3-year career with the Jets, really had no structure around him, really had no chance to succeed. He had a lot of bad coaching around him, not great weapons, no real run game, terrible offensive line. But the bottom line was you didn't see the flashes that you hoped you would see from Sam Darnold. So as a result, the New York Jets, they moved on. And by the way, if Sam Darnold struggled this upcoming season, the Jets fans were going to probably riot because you had an opportunity to draft Zach Wilson, you had an opportunity to draft Justin Fields. So I understand why the Jets moved on. So the Jets traded Sam Darnold away for 3 draft picks, a 6th-round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, and a 2nd-rounder and a 4th-rounder in 2022. And look, I was not a huge Sam Darnold fan back at USC. People were saying he was a generational talent. I felt that his playing style was way too reckless. He had a lot of bad fumbles, a lot of bad interceptions. I felt he lacked really good pocket awareness inside the pocket, and he had hit and miss accuracy. But I did see the potential. I understood why people fell in love with him, okay? And look, it's not a guarantee that Sam Darnold turns his career around with the Carolina Panthers because there are issues with his accuracy. There are issues with the turnovers. He still, to me, is learning how to play the position, okay? And that's fine because even Tom Brady is still trying to get better every single day. But Sam Darnold's way behind the 8 ball as far as his development goes, okay? But I will say, Sam Darnold is being put in a much better position in Carolina than he was compared to the situation with the New York Jets, okay? What was the reason Sam Darnold didn't have a lot of support in New York? For me, it was a big reason why was because of the coaching, okay? He goes from Adam Gase to Matt Rule and Joe Brady. Joe Brady, we saw what he did at LSU with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, the year before Joe Brady got there, no one was talking about Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow improves. He gets with an offensive play card that knows how to run an NFL offense that will fit his skill set. Joe Burrow becomes the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Joe Brady is already getting phone calls to be a head coach, and he's been a coordinator not even for a long time in the NFL. And Matt Rule, I've loved him ever since his Baylor days. He improved this Carolina Panthers team last year. They were a competitive team under his coaching. So he's got good coaching in Carolina. He didn't have great wide receivers in New York. Well, guess what? Now he gets DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson to throw to. That's a really good wide receiver duo. DJ Moore, I think he's a capable number 1 wide receiver. And I believe Robbie Anderson is a capable number 1 wide receiver. And by the way, Sam Darnold actually had really good chemistry at times with Robbie Anderson back with the Jets. They never retained Robbie Anderson. That's a big reason why I think Sam Darnold regressed. Also, he'll have Christian McCaffrey to hand the football off to and throw the football to out of the backfield. Christian McCaffrey is a really good running back, one of the top 5 running backs in all of football. Plus, the Carolina Panthers have multiple draft picks to really help improve this roster, and they have a good young defense. So here's what I'm going to say. If Sam Darnold can succeed in Carolina, he's not a franchise quarterback. Point blank, period. Because you got star wide receivers, you got a star running back, you got a young progressive head coach and a young progressive play caller, you got a defense on the rise, and you're in a division now where Drew Brees is no longer there, the Falcons are a mess, and while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are loaded, we don't know how long Tom Brady is going to play. This is a great situation for Sam Darnold to turn around his career. And by the way, I'm going to give myself some credit. Like 3 months ago, I put out this scenario that Sam Darnold should want to go to Carolina. Now he's gotten potentially his wish, a fresh start with good weapons, a good running back, better coaching staff, better players around him, a winnable division. Now it's on Sam Darnold to prove to the world why he was the number 3 overall pick out of USC. This is all on Sam Darnold. Okay, if he fails with the Carolina Panthers, he's just flat out not a franchise quarterback. And I think Sam Darnold has an opportunity to become a franchise quarterback in Carolina. Now, will he ever become a great franchise quarterback? I doubt that, but I can see Sam Darnold developing one day into being one of the 15 best quarterbacks in all football. I can see that. And I think you can win a Super Bowl potentially with a top 15 quarterback if that guy is able to elevate under pressure in the playoffs. That's a whole story for another day. The bottom line is Carolina's going to take a risk on Sam Darnold. I believe in the risk. And we'll see what happens. Will Sam Darnold turn his career around with the Carolina Panthers based on the roster that he's going to be given and based on the coaching staff he's going to be given? I say he has a good chance, but only time will tell because he has a lot of questions to answer.
Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.